The Agile industry is dead. It's only skills, MCPs, and APIs now. Well, the original title was The Agile Industry is Dead, but I ended up calling it The Agile Industry is De facto AI. I thought that was a little harsh and clickbaity, but I'm going to read you the newsletter anyway, because it's pretty in depth. And this is kind of my nail in the coffin of a treatise for the 20 years that I've spent in Agile. Is what it is. AI has irrevocably changed the work and world of Agile, and Agile is effectively over. It's not evolving, it's not adapting, it's over. Agile as a market, where Agile coaches and consultants used to thrive, is cooked. The conferences are cooked. The books, the certification mills, the $2,500 two-day workshops where you move sticky notes around the wall. It's all cooked. Agile has been squeezed of every last drop of economic value by its adherents and practitioners. The evidence is in job titles, certification numbers, and participation rates. Go look, it's a ghost town dressed up as a community, and conferences are quietly canceling. Agile, born in 2001, was a product development philosophy. Frameworks like Scrum and Kanban emerged as delivery mechanisms, like guidance on how to do the work. And for its era, it was right. The manifesto was a rebellion against waterfall. Slow tools, expensive iteration, rigid plans, 200-page requirements and documents that nobody read. But here's what nobody wants to say out loud. AI eliminated every constraint the manifesto was designed to work around. And now Amazon has officially SEO locked prime brand digital real estate, AI, Software Development Lifecycle, or AI DLC. So, let's talk about it. Beyond Agile, the rise of AI-Driven Development. Amazon Web Services has introduced the AI-Driven Development Lifecycle, or AI DLC, a reimagined AI-native methodology designed to move software engineering from human-driven processes to an AI-driven era where AI orchestrates the entire development process. And in a lot of ways, this is pretty much similar to how I've been guiding my clients over the last 3 years or so. But I will say, this year with agents, man, we have been cooking with gasoline. So what has changed? Well, number one, we've reversed the conversation. The Google Maps paradigm, the most fundamental shift in AI DLC, is the direction of the conversation. The old way is humans initiate every task and use AI to complete them. The AI DLC way is AI initiates and directs the conversation. It breaks down high-level business goals, intents into actionable tasks, and proposes recommendations. This is essentially spec-driven development with your agents. This is what I do. And so the analogy is that AI functions like Google Maps. Humans set the destination, the intent, and AI provides step-by-step directions on how to actually get there, while humans maintain oversight and moderate the journey as you execute together. And so, number two, we've moved from sprints to what they call bolts, which I don't like that at all. So what I don't like the naming. AI DLC essentially replaces traditional rigid time boxes with rapid continuous flow. These units and bolts are systems that are broken into these units and are developed via a bolt, where a bolt is a smallest iteration in AI DLC designed for rapid implementation in hours or days rather than the 4 to 6 week sprints that we're used to in Scrum and Agile. And so you're essentially compressing the entire development lifecycle into a day, which makes sense with AI. And so now we have even more rapid cycles. The structure enables hourly or daily iteration cycles while eliminating the heavy lifting of manual coding. So this is what the entire process of building code and building product is now compressed. Number three, the core rituals of Scrum and Agile, the mob methodology that AI DLC introduces, changes the rituals a little bit to ensure alignment between humans and AI. It's essentially a condensed Scrum model in a lot of ways. They call this mob elaboration or inception, where all stakeholders, the product owners, developers, and AI, gather to capture intents and translate them into units for development. This condenses weeks of sequential work into just a few hours, and I do this all the time with my clients. And then we have mob construction, or an agentic swarm. AI recommends design patterns and provides code options while developers act as validators, making critical decisions to ensure quality and adaptability. And of course, we have agentic testing, or a test harness where multiple agents test together. So what AI does is it executes all the function, security, and performance tests, proposing fixes for any failures. So you have agents reviewing agent code. So number four is that you, as a human, have a new human role in all of this. It's really just oversight and strategy. In AI DLC environment, the developer's role transcends traditional silos like infrastructure or back-end coding. Number one, the strategic environment or alignment, humans serve as approvers and validators, concentrating on risk mitigation, strategic alignment, and high-value decision-making. Safety in interpretability, right? So we can interpret it. While AI executes the task, developers retain ultimate responsibility for validation and ensuring that AI-generated plans comply with organizational risk frameworks. And finally, number 5, how to adopt AI DLC transitioning to an AI native lifecycle doesn't require extensive training. Organizations can adopt AI DLC simply by learning and practicing and beginning to slowly experiment with AI tools. Software quality issues in the US alone were estimated to cost $2.4 trillion in 2022. By shifting to an AI native methodology that prioritized business value and rapid bolts over traditional effort estimation, teams can build better systems while maintaining human-centric control. Currently, my agentic operating system isn't hard to replicate for Agile, for anyone actually. You can look at my stas.fund and find plenty of templates on how to create your own operating system for your agent as well. So at the end of the day, is Agile actually cooked? Yes, as I said in my introduction, as a market industry. Agile, Scrum, Kanban, XP, Crystal, DSDM, Lean, RUP, Rational Unified Process, SAFe, TDD, Test-Driven Development, Behavior-Driven Development, etc., they're just all APIs now. The 4 values at the heart of Agile Manifesto aren't just outdated, they're actually inverted. So if you remember the 4 values of the Agile Manifesto, well, let's go through them. Number 1, individuals and interactions over processes and tools. In 2001, tools were dumb. Text editors, bug trackers, maybe a continuous integration server if you were fancy. People were the bottleneck and the solution. A great developer was 10x a mediocre one. So you optimize for human talent and human communication. Stand-ups, pairing sessions, and whiteboard huddles is how you shipped at the time. In 2026 and beyond, AI is the 100x individual. A solo developer with Claude ships what a 7-person Scrum team shipped in 2020 alone. The interactions that matter now are increasingly interactions with AI agents, not just each other. And the tools aren't commodities anymore. They're the most capable members of the team. Humans in the loop are still very necessary, but AI has now fundamentally shifted how we interact, who we interact with, and what the team even means. The manifesto literally says to deprioritize tools. That's just wrong now. It's not actually just more than wrong, it's organizational malpractice. Number 2, working software over comprehensive documentation. This was the right call in 2001. Documentation was expensive to write, instantly stale, and nobody read it anyway. Shipping code was the proof. Show me the working thing. In 2026, this value isn't just outdated, it's false. You can do both with AI, sufficiently, actually. But here's the real inversion. AI generates working software from documentation. The better your spec, the better your architecture doc, the better your context file, the better the output. This is the most fascinating thing to me because for me, I went so hardcore many years ago into just build the damn thing and then we'll get feedback and try again. But now, documentation is no longer a waste product. It's the input to the production line. Working software is now trivially cheap to produce. The scarce resource actually flipped. What we used to call comprehensive documentation like PRDs, system specs, and user stories and requirements are now the highest leverage artifact in the entire development process. Specification is the product. Code is the byproduct. We just have to call it what it really is now. Recursive learning loops. You document, you generate, the output informs better documentation, which generates better output. The old trade-off between working software and comprehensive documentation doesn't exist anymore. The manifesto in 2001 made you choose, and today in the rise of AI, AI simply asks you, why not both? Number 3, customer collaboration over contract negotiation. In 2001, requirements were unknowable up front. You couldn't spec everything in a contract because the customer didn't know what they wanted until they saw it. So you iterated through the build. Demos every week, retros, backlog grooming, story mapping workshops, a whole industry of ceremonies designed to keep the customer in the loop through consistent feedback cycles. In 2026, AI collapses the feedback loop to minutes. You can prototype 5 variations of a feature in the time it used to take to schedule a sprint review on a calendar invite. You don't need a product owner as a proxy for the customer. You don't even need a 2-week sprint to respond to feedback. You generate, test, and validate in real time. customer collaboration itself, well, that increases in value with the rise of AI. Understanding what the customer actually needs matters more than ever. But the Agile apparatus around it, the sprint reviews, the story mapping sessions, the entire Scrum Master role as a collaboration facilitator, that's the part that's cooked. The ceremony is dead weight. And contracting, that's going to change too, because all of my contract negotiations have evolved into OAuth calls, API integrations, and webhook handshakes. Think about this. The human-heavy negotiation cycle gives way to machine-readable agreements and programmatic collaboration. The manifesto's framing of this as a binary choice rather already feels like it's from another century, because it is. And finally, number 4, responding to change over following a plan. This was the crown jewel of Agile, and this is what most of my identity and ego in Agile was all about. The whole philosophy started here. Plans are rigid, change is inevitable, so embrace the change. Stop pretending you could predict the future and start adapting. In 2026, responding to change is just a human thing we all have to do. It's not a competitive advantage, it's just a philosophy, it's breathing. What's actually scarce now is the opposite, following a detailed plan. Specification is key to output quality, crap in, crap out. AI made things so cheap that teams change everything all the time with no strategic direction. You get 50 pull requests a day that each respond to a change, but collectively make the codebase incoherent. Without architectural intent, without a clear specification, without constraints, AI-accelerated development becomes AI-accelerated chaos. Following a plan is the new competitive advantage. Having a coherent vision, a real specification, a set of constraints that guide the AI, that's what separates teams that ship from teams that thrash. The manifesto told you to deprioritize planning. In the age of AI, that's how you build a disaster at unprecedented speeds. You see, this punchline also includes traditional project managers too. The Agile Manifesto was a product of its time. It evolved and solved real problems in 2001. Slow tools, expensive iteration, rigid processes, disconnected customers. Every one of these constraints has been eliminated with AI. What's left is process religion. The manifesto asked you to value the left side over the right side. AI made the right side either free, automated, or more important than the left. Every single line. Scrum without AI is just meetings. The Agile philosophy without AI is misleading. To build anything today without AI, in my opinion, is negligence. So, is the Agile industry cooked? Absolutely. Are Agile consultants, coaches, and trainers cooked? No. They must learn AI so that they can survive.